Okay, now we're going to make Italian marinated flank steak. I take it back, we're using London broil. Flank steak was not on sale this week, and as I said in my other video, is I have a large family, so I like to buy in bulk, and I like to buy on sale because things cost a lot of money. So I'm using a London broil, and I'm using twice the recipe. So that's the good thing about these freezer meal workshops that you can buy for the $78. You get enough product to make all of these 10 meals, plus you have leftover, so you can double up on the things that you need to double up on. So I'm going to do 2 bags with the London broil. So I'm going to just open my bags. And I have store brand freezer bags that I bought. I'm very thrifty, so nothing fancy. And I buy my meats on sale. And the whole fallacy of you can't refreeze meat is not true, obviously, because it's a fallacy. So if you do buy meats that are on sale, when they're on sale, but you're not ready to do your freezer meal workshop, feel free to thaw it, and then you do your freezer meal workshop things, and then you can refreeze it. Okay, so my 2 steaks are in their bags. Let me wrap this up, wash my hands, and I'll be right back. Okay, I just washed my hands and I cleaned up my cutting board, and I have my 2 bags of meat. Okay, so this is what we're going to put in the bags. We're going to put in the red bell pepper, and as I said, I'm going to do 2. And then we're going to put in a green pepper, and we're also going to do 2 yellow onions because I'm doing double. You could do 1 yellow onion if it's just a single. I'm going to just slice everything up, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I cut up all the peppers, and I'm just going to distribute them into each bag. Okay, so the peppers are in the bags. Now I'm going to do the onion. And I just want to share a little trick about onions, because nobody likes to cry when they're cutting onions, especially when you have a sharp knife in your hand. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep the side that the roots come out of, you're going to keep that intact. So you're not going to cut that off until we're ready to get down to that part. So we're going to cut off the other side. So now you have a flat ridge, and you're going to cut it in half. Okay? Then you're just going to peel off the top layer. Take off all the paper. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put your hand on top flat, so you're not going to cut any fingers, and just slice it almost all the way through, just to the end, and hold it flat. And I just did 2 slices horizontally, and now you're going to cut them vertically, and not too much, because we do want slices, but we don't want them too big. My kids won't eat them that big, so I just like to cut them a little bit, and then you just simply slice. Okay, so the onions are cut. I'm just going to distribute those in the bags. And I did get a little tea leaf. Okay, now we're going to add the seasoning in. So it calls for 2 tablespoons of the Wild Tree roasted garlic grapeseed oil. And this is what this is, a double tablespoon. And I'm just going to do that. Smells so good. And then it calls for 2 tablespoons of the Italian salad dressing mix. So, just gonna take my spoon and sprinkle. kind of awkward here. I'm trying to do it so you guys can see and my hand doesn't twist that way. Okay. All right. So that is it. We're done with these. We're just going to mix them up, seal them. Let out there. And the good thing is that this is just going to go right in your freezer, exactly like this. You're going to take it out the night before. And right when you get home from work, or even your teenager can pop it in the oven right before you get home, and you can have a nice meal waiting for you. Now, another side dish for this, there's so many different ones, but the one that is coming to my mind is also on these recipe cards. And this has a southern green bean and potato recipe. It has green beans, it has some bacon, it has potatoes, some chicken broth. It really is an easy recipe. It's not that hard to do, and that you can prep the night before. I wouldn't freeze it because there's potatoes in there, but you can freeze up the onion and all that other stuff, but it wouldn't make any sense. So I would just do it the night before, get it in your fridge, and then put it right next to your steaks in your oven, and you can have a nice meal. And you can finish it off with a great heavenly chocolate mousse. So simple to make. With all you need is what do you need? You need 2 cups of heavy cream. I knew it was just heavy cream, but I didn't know how many. So just 2 cups, which is actually one of the little quarts that you buy. And you whip it up in your mixer, and you add this in, and it is really, really good. Make it the day before because the flavors do need to pull together a little bit. But this is a really great recipe, easy, dessert, and fun, and your kids can help you and add some berries or whatever to it, or some whipped cream. So enjoy this, and we'll be right back for the other recipes.